And alright guys, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Welcome back to another video on the David Hammond Visuals channel. So as a little update guys, normally I would film podcasts right here. I've decided to no longer film the podcast here. There's still going to be audio format. All podcasts are on Apple Podcasts. What I've decided to do instead is I just feel it'll be better for, everything long term. It's just to film talks here, raw talks. We still got the pajamas, we got the coffee with the David Hammond Visuals mug, what is going on, same composition, but we're just going to condense the videos a bit. So instead of 30-minute, podcast videos, maybe like an 8 to 10-minute video. And then if you guys want to listen to the podcast afterwards, always link down below. Those will be natively on Apple Podcasts. So with that said, guys, let's jump into today's video. We are speaking of how to start photography and videography with literally close to zero money, okay? I wanted to explain or speak of my situation when I first started around 4 years ago, how, I really didn't start with much at all and how things naturally progress. I think it's vital for you guys to hear these stories of people doing this because, especially in today's age, it can be very discouraging, it seems, when cameras that you see, the quote-unquote guys you look up to, the pros, be $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, and just, it can be very easy, I understand, to feel almost very distant to that. Like, there's no way I can start. These guys had this. So let's jump into it, guys. First and foremost, right off the bat, I started my photo video journey about 4 years ago with a GoPro Hero 2. I had this lying around the house. I think my brother got that years ago, so it was just chilling, all right? Was it the best camera? Absolutely not. If I could go back now, even back then around 4 or 5 years ago, I would have just used my phone, literally my iPhone, guys. You can see it here. It can shoot 4K, I believe 4K up to like 60, maybe even 120 frames now. It is insane, okay? It's ridiculous, especially if you guys have newer phones now. Back then, I think the iPhone I had was like an iPhone 5. I have the iPhone 8 now, which isn't even crazy new. But if you were looking to start, just use your phone. You don't have to pay a single cent. You have it in your pocket. That is guaranteed. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you have a phone of some sort. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be watching this, okay? So use your phone. Or use old cameras that you first started to have, whether that's old. I guarantee you guys, if you just look around your house, you do have old cameras, This is a little maybe off topic, but I found my dad's film camera. Of course, that's not a video camera, but I found it lying around the house, whether it's GoPros, GoPro Hero 2, this, that, your mom's old camera, like, it really doesn't matter. I guarantee you guys do have the resources available at your disposal. Maybe your friend has a camera lying around that he never uses, your grandparent, your aunt, your uncle, like, they are out there and they are extremely affordable, I promise you. That takes me to the next point, guys. What I did after that GoPro Hero 2 is I then upgraded. So I had a GoPro Hero 2. I then used my mom's old Lumix tiny, it was, not the best camera that way. And then after that, I finally invested in a Canon G7X. Okay, so that was saving up money, part-time job, etc., and finally getting that. Once that was done, I then, after that, saved up more and got my Canon 80D. That is the camera I shoot with now. It's been around 3 years later, okay? I do plan on getting a new camera fairly soon, but I want you guys to know that, that is 4 cameras down the road. I did not start, and even the Canon 80D is by no means a crazy camera, crazy good, amazing camera, especially now, but I say this to let you guys know, I didn't start right off the bat with a good pro camera that I was able to, shoot commercials with. No, man, you start off small. That was my 4th camera, okay? And I guess I'm just saying this to you guys to hopefully inspire, to let you know, this is the reality, and that's perfectly fine. You work with what you got. It's the same thing in fitness or the gym or anything that you guys know. You start off with what you start off. This may sound a little silly, but this coffee mug, which I now have my logo. This logo, I've had 5 renditions of this. This office. Guys. Oh, this is a little cold now, but that's okay. I just want to make this video because I know there's so many of you guys who are interested in photography and videography, but maybe feel like your camera just isn't good enough. Here's a perfect example. The guy who cuts my hair, okay, he's a gem. He did this very well. The guy who cuts my hair, he bought my old Canon T6 for around $200, okay? Used it, maximized it, and I'm going to bring it all full circle to you guys. Maximized it for maybe 3 to 4, 5 months. Really learned the basics, got good at it, and then with that, invested into, I believe, a Sony A7 II, so a bit more of an expensive camera. And now he's shooting stuff for his church and this and this and this. The reason I'm saying, and I'm actually encouraging you guys to start off small, whether that is a Canon T6 for a couple hundred, your old GoPro, your iPhone, is because you, especially in the beginning, like your gear literally means in the beginning close to nothing, and that's because you need to understand how to use it. It's like a guitar. You know, if I don't know how to play the guitar and I get some $4,000 guitar opposed to a $400 guitar, literally there will be close to no difference, because I, as the photographer, videographer, the musician, I don't know how to play it, or I need to learn how to play it. So what Andy did as a perfect example is he used a $200 camera and he learned the basics. He learned what aperture, shutter, ISO was, framing, composition, color. He learned these things, which we can all do regardless of the camera phone we have. Through that, he was then able to literally evolve like a Charmander to a Charmeleon or whatever to the next camera. And that is how it progresses, okay? I believe in one of my mentors in photography and videography years ago, he told me, he said, David, there's no point, or I myself will only upgrade my camera when the camera is holding me back, not the other way around. So truly ask yourself, is your camera holding you back, or are you holding your camera back? And I guarantee you a lot of times it's you, unfortunately, holding your camera back. You haven't even fully maxed out what the camera can do. Only now, around 3 to 4 years later after having my Canon 80D, am I now beginning to just around maximize the potential of it. Okay? Like, you know, cameras can really do a lot more than you may think, okay? So please don't get too caught up in like 4K, 120 frame, this amazing megapixel, this. They can be great and they can help, but if you as the photographer, videographer do not understand how to properly utilize it, it is frivolous. It is a waste. You're better off shooting on your phone, something that you can use, okay? So that's that, guys. I'm going to finish the video there, just a raw chat talk video. We're going to be doing tons more of these. If you guys are interested, there is the podcast, David Hammond Visuals Podcast, always linked down below on Apple Podcasts. If you have an iPhone, completely free, you can listen to it. I have about 4 to 5 episodes up now, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We go much more in depth, and I just feel this contrast of having them there and these talks here in the long run will just be more beneficial to us both. So that is that, guys. I appreciate you all. If you guys are interested, there is always the free photo video intro course to help you guys as photographers and videographers, completely free. It's a free half-an-hour course I've built myself, which takes one section out of my 6 full mega courses. The full course is about an hour and a half long each. It takes one section out of all 6. So if you yourself are interested in outdoor photography, outdoor videography, commercials, documentaries, short films, or music videos, any of those styles, check out this free photo video intro course. It explains all of them and gives you some free detail. If you want a full course afterwards, by all means, extremely affordable. If not, no worries. And if you really want to take it to the next level, guys, there is always one-on-one photo video coaching. So I'll finish it there. Thank you, guys. Be sure to check out the podcast down below, David Hammond Visuals, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Thanks, guys, so much. Till then, much love. Peace.